Namaste and welcome to day 4. We're on day 4 of the Restorative Yoga Immersion, the Moon to Moon Restorative Yoga Immersion. Welcome. If you're not joined, know that you can click the link below to join and sign up for this immersion, and I'll also post a link to the playlist here on the channel so that you can be sure that you get all the different practices in along the way. So today you will need your bolster, a yoga mat, and a pillow, and I'll meet you on the mat. So once you've grabbed your bolster, your mat, and your either pillow or folded blanket, joining me here on the mat, and we'll take a couple moments here in a comfortable seated position. So that might be sitting up on a bolster or a pillow or simply on the earth. And let's take a moment to gather the palms at the heart center and close through the eyes. Taking a deep breath in, releasing through the mouth. And let's do that 2 more times, a deep breath in. And exhale. And one more. Good, and we'll come to a supine position shortly, but before that, a little bit of a warm-up, interlacing the fingers, and then drawing the forearms towards each other. Begin to roll out the wrists. And you can close down your eyes here and continue to take some deep breaths through the nose. So deep breaths will begin to calm and soothe the nervous system. Inhaling to your full lung capacity without straining, just a comfortable deep breath in. And letting it go. Good, and then let's reverse the direction of these circles. Just rolling out the wrists. Relaxing the jaw, the temples, the forehead. Good, and then taking a deep breath in. On the exhale, pressing the palms down towards the earth, and then inhaling to bring the arms all the way up and overhead, and exhale to bring the hands behind the head. On the inhale, gently pressing the head into the hands, and then as you exhale, a gentle pull on the back of the head, drawing the elbows towards each other. And we'll do that 2 more times, so inhaling to open the elbows wide, gently pressing the head into the hands. Exhaling, a gentle pull on the back of the neck as you round forward. 1 more time. Inhale to rise up. And exhale to let your wrists sort of roll down. Good. On the next inhale, with the hands on the lap, shrugging the shoulders up to the ears, deep breath in. Exhale to roll the shoulders back, down and away. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Good, and then bringing the hands out behind the body, grounding the soles of the feet into the earth, and letting your knees rock gently from side to side. So inhaling, knees up to the sky, exhaling over to one side, inhaling up, exhaling over to the other side. And we're going to bring a little twist into the movement, reaching through one arm, and then rounding that hand back down as you come over into pinwheel, reaching through the other arm. And we'll begin to invite a little bit of a spinal twist. So as you reach through the arm, looking over your shoulder, inviting that gentle spinal twist, coming back to center, over to the other side, gentle spinal twist. Let's do 2 more on each side. Just kind of warming up the body, warming up the spine. Moving with your breath. And let's do 1 more on each side, actually. Keep it going. Good. And then letting your knees rock just a couple sides, a couple times side to side like windshield washers. And then coming back to center, bringing soles of the feet to touch, hands onto the feet, and then just a couple of deep breaths here, feeling a gentle stretch in the inner thighs. So you might take a little tiny hinge at the hips forward to find that stretch. And you might just let your knees flutter a little bit here, just very gently, only if it feels good. Couple deep breaths. Let's do a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Wonderful. And then bringing your pillow or folded blanket towards the top of your mat. And then your bolster will come to a position where you can reach it comfortably while laying in supine position. So we'll come down to lay here in supine position. And before reaching for the bolster, just reaching the arms up to the sky and bending the elbows to grip onto either elbow here, and we'll inhale to slowly lift the elbows up towards the forehead, maybe even above the head if it feels good. And then exhale to lower down. Inhaling to reach the arms slowly up. Exhaling to lower down. One more time. This time as you exhale, release the arms all the way down to either side of the hips, palms facing down, and then bending the knees one by one. So the knees are bent and the soles of the feet are grounding into the earth. You might lift up your toes and spread the toes wide. And then deep breath in, let your belly expand. Exhale to draw the navel down to the earth and slightly tuck the tailbone under. So your low back is imprinting down as you tuck the tailbone. And then as you inhale, let your belly expand like a balloon in all directions and let your low back rise. Let your tailbone draw back in the other direction. And then exhale, drawing the navel down to the earth, imprinting the low back, tucking the tailbone under, engaging through the core slightly. And we'll do that a couple more times. So inhaling to let your whole belly expand like a balloon. Exhaling, drawing everything in. You might even engage Mula Bandha, lifting gently through the pelvic floor on the exhale. And we'll do 2 more breaths like this. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Rounding through the feet. This time as you exhale, press down into the feet to lift the pelvis off of the floor, engaging the glutes to lift up into bridge position. And then let your hips scooch over to the right side, just an inch or 2, and place the hips back down. So you've scooched your whole pelvis over a couple of inches to the right side. And then extend the left leg long and reach your left arm out to the side. We're going to begin to press down through the right foot to roll onto the left side body and bend the right knee to place it on top of your bolster. So this is a crocodile twist. The right arm will come out to rest on the right side. So arms can be either in a T position, or you can bring your left hand on top of the right knee for a little bit of support. You can bring your right hand on top of the right ribs for a little bit of support. Some people prefer that T position, which is a little bit more of an active opening in the chest. In our moon-to-moon restorative training, we talk about some of the differences between active restorative postures and passive restorative postures. It's important to take a few moments to get completely comfortable here. Some might require a little bit more support behind the head for that pillow behind the head, and some might require a little bit more cushion beneath the knees, beneath the knee here. So if you have another pillow that you want to get and put under here, that's welcome as well. So let's settle in here, taking as much time as you need to get completely comfortable. The option is there to turn your head over to the right side if it feels good, or you can keep your head neutral. Begin to welcome your breath, closing down the eyes, and welcoming this gentle twist, which is said to be very activating for Manipura Chakra. So as you relax your jaw, you might bring your awareness to that solar plexus region, the rib cage, the solar plexus, the diaphragm. And just kind of breathing into that area, gently expanding the ribs like umbrellas in either direction. And we'll welcome a soothing breath here for the nervous system. So internally, as you inhale, counting to the count of 4. As you exhale, exhaling to the count of 6 or 8. Inhaling 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Finding your own rhythm there. Extending the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Allowing this breath to soothe and calm your nervous system and bring a gentle stimulation to Manipura Chakra, also known as our power center, the center that propels us into action. So you might welcome your Sankalpa as we move into this waxing phase of the moon, which is the time for starting new projects and taking action. You might gently visualize yourself taking the actions that will help create your intention in the world, a manifestation from your intention into those real world actions that you might take. And one more deep breath here. And then very slowly begin to unwind this twist, bringing your sole of the foot gently onto the ground, and then bending the left knee, pressing down into the feet to lift, squeeze the glutes, engage the core to lift the pelvis up, and placing it back down in a neutral position. Bringing your bolster just slightly out to the side so that you might be able to rock your knees gently from side to side. So inhaling up to the sky, exhaling over to one side, inhaling to the sky, exhaling other side. Very gentle, staying as internalized and with as little effort as possible, just side to side rocking. And then bringing your bolster over to the other side, or your pillows, whatever you're using for support here. Just bringing it over to the other side, grounding through the feet. Deep breath in, let your whole belly expand. Exhale, draw the navel down to the earth, engage the core, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes to lift the pelvis up. And this time we'll draw the whole pelvis over to the left side a couple of inches, and then place the pelvis back down. So you've scooched your whole pelvis over just an inch or two, whatever feels comfortable. And then slowly extending down through the right leg, reaching the right arm out to the side, and begin to roll towards the right side body, bringing your left knee to bend and just gently drawing it over onto your bolster on this side. You might support your body by having your right hand on top of the right knee or the outside of the left knee or the outside of the left thigh there. The left hand might rest on the left rib cage, or you might bring your arms out into a T position. Again, taking as much time here as you need to get completely comfortable and at ease, taking any little adjustments or extra support that you might need in this position, and then closing down the eyes, relaxing through the toes, relaxing through the whole face. Begin to welcome that breathing rhythm, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6 or 8, letting the rib cage expand. Letting your whole mind be absorbed in the process of counting out the breath. Welcoming your Manipura center, the 3rd chakra. The energy center of taking action in the world. As you welcome this soothing and calming breath, might you also welcome your intention and see yourself taking those action steps that might help your intention manifest into the world. Whatever that looks like. What are those action steps you might take to support yourself in creating this intention in the world? might look like little daily habits. Igniting the realm of possibility. Just a couple more breaths. And then very slowly begin to unwind your twist, stepping the left foot gently onto the ground. And then bending the right knee, placing that foot on the ground as well. Pressing through the feet to lift the pelvis up and then placing the pelvis back down in neutral. Adjusting the feet and then let your knees rock gently from side to side. Placing both hands on your solar plexus here. Manipura Chakra. As we move out into this waxing cycle, as the energy of the moon begins to build more and more, we can really engage with that heightening energy and take action in the world. This is a great time for taking action. Oftentimes in restorative yoga, we talk about doing less and resting more. And from this place of rest, we can then move out into the world more energized to take those important, inspired actions, that discipline, that tapas of taking the inspired action and moving towards our intentions, our goals, our projects that we're starting or creating, all of those beautiful creations that we can bring into the world. Human beings really are creators, and it requires action and discipline and consistency to manifest those creations. So see yourself embodying that restful place from which you can energetically move out into the world, moving with the rhythm of nature, moving with the rhythm of the moon, and flowing along with that waxing and building energy as we move towards the full moon. So this is really, this whole waxing phase is a time to embrace actions, taking those action steps. Manipura Chakra. Let's take one more deep breath here into the Manipura center. And then rolling over to one side, getting comfortable here for a deep breath or two. Good, and then pressing slowly up, pressing into the earth to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And just gathering hands at the heart once again, or hands onto the solar plexus region, and just taking a moment to notice how you feel, to welcome in your intention that you're calling in this cycle, this year. What are you calling in? Just take a deep breath into that possibility. Let it go through the mouth. and thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for Restorative Yoga. I'm so excited that you're joining us in this Restorative Yoga immersion here for the Waxing Crescent Phase of the new moon. We just passed the new moon and we're into this building of energy, which is beautiful. And if you'd like to learn more about restorative yoga, how to dive deep into all of the different beautiful explorations around the moon cycles, then I highly encourage you to check out our Moon to Moon Restorative Yoga Teacher Training. We have another training coming up in the next new moon phase, so we'll begin just before the next new moon, and we have a beautiful community coming together of yoga teachers and just yoga practitioners, people that are deep in their own practice of yoga and want to dive deeper, not just into restorative yoga and go on this really deep dive, but into the empowering aspects of working with the natural cycles and working with this cyclical nature of the moon. So when we dive into that training, we really hope that anybody that feels called to, anyone that feels the call to go deeper into these particular practices, to learn more about the central nervous system and how to calm and soothe the nervous system, not just through breath, but through specific postures. And there's so many things to dive into in terms of the different methods for developing awareness, and all of these things are things that we dive really deep into in a beautiful online community of yogis and people from around the world. Our last training had people from all over Europe, Asia, even in New Zealand and Australia, all over North America. And we just absolutely loved that global community that came together, and another really beautiful community of yoginis are coming together as practitioners of yoga and teachers of yoga to join in this next training. So if you have any questions about that, I'm going to leave links at the end of this video to check out that training. Dive into the testimonials, see what other people are saying about the training, and just read up about it and see if it's right for you. We're accepting applications right now, and we really hope to read yours soon. Okay, namaste. We'll see you tomorrow on Tina's channel for the final practice of our restorative immersion together.